Hello everyone. This video gonna be for Patreon only. Second update for a day, and well, there are quite few topics really to discuss. And first of all, of course, that trip into the mountains. We did spend a great 2 days in Digoria Canyon. It's truly wonderful nature and very calming, even though you're gonna get a little bit tired when you are climbing towards waterfall or doing some activity, trying to climb some hills or stuff, but still you are enjoying yourself and you are resting. You are truly resting. And this how how you're not gonna like it when it's I mean, in which way you're gonna look. It's gorgeous mountains and forest and alpine fields, because it's more than 2,000 meters, I believe, from sea level. So yes, I did share a video on main channel, and even though I was expecting that video from nature, from mountains will be, popular, I was wrong. The video only has 1,600 views, but still it's great because I did what I promised, so it's all good. And then second topic, which is also interesting, as you probably all are familiar, Alex Christoforou is in Moscow, host of Duran show, and many members of our community did write in comment section under the first update today that it will be great if I will meet with Alex and make a video interview, for example. And it would be great, of course. If I was in Moscow or Moscow region right now, I will definitely ask uh, Alex for an interview, but I'm 2,000 kilometers away, and at one moment, at one point today, I was even thinking to myself, I mean, if I will write now later to Alex and ask for interview, and if he will agree, uh, how much it will cost me to fly to Moscow, make this interview, and fly back. And well, unfortunately, I'm not in the position to take such a spending. So I decided, you know what, maybe next time. But of course, it would be great. I was even thinking, maybe we will just go for a walk right next to Moscow River on the bank and talk about some topics, and then go to Park Gorkovo, which is also on the bank of the Moscow River, and then I do know some nice Georgian restaurant. I will invite him and his team to that Georgian restaurant, and well, I guess it would be interesting, and we will make some good content for audience. But well, maybe at the time. But I was definitely thinking about it and calculating. I did check how much these tickets cost for planes to Moscow and back, and you know But I'm quite sure Alex is gonna be very busy because he's a big name in this segment of news and political commentary, and probably he will have a meeting with Mike Jones. He may be invited on Russian TV even. Uh, and by the way, today was such a bad weather in Moscow. I did share a video. On my Telegram. It was heavy rain, and some streets of Moscow were like rivers. So Alex and his team, they were probably shocked to see this rain and consequences of it. But yet again, hopefully he will enjoy time in Moscow, in Russia. And well, someday maybe I will be able to make an interview with him. So that being said, let's talk about some news also. I did choose quite a few news bulletins that I will share in tomorrow's update, and hopefully you will find it interesting. So first of all, Russian Defense Ministry did make official statements today, and names were mentioned, names of high-ranking officials from Ukraine and from US also, that were involved in biological experiments on Ukrainian citizens. And well, seems like Moscow is not planning to stop its research on US biolab activities in Ukraine, and basically on monthly basis we are receiving more and more information. But what is most disturbing, that experiments was carried out on humans. And this is not the first time that Russian Defense Ministry is stating this. Maybe someday all who are responsible will pay the price for this crime, but yet again, who knows? Also, by the way, today Mishustin, Prime Minister of Russia, did talk about military-industrial complex, and he said that production of main battle tanks in Russia increased 3 times since the beginning of special military operation, which is a truly significant achievement, I believe. And well, I guess Mishustin was talking about not just newly built main battle tanks, but also modernized ones, because thousands of tanks, I believe, were taken from storage and sent to factories to be modernized. But same time, Russian manufacturers, primarily Uralvagon Zavod, does makes T-90M main battle tanks, and those tanks are quite competitive in modern world. If not the best ones in the world, are definitely one of the best. So yes, Russian manufacturing capacities are increasing, and well, I don't think Russia will have any shortages of main battle tanks anytime soon, despite hopes of Zelensky's regime and the Western masters of Zelensky. Let me share with you a few more information. So, by the way, TASS news agency did report today that in coming days, Biden administration will announce yet another military aid package for Zelensky's regime, and this time US will send weapons for $1.3 billion. So it's gonna be quite a big military aid, and according to information that was available, this time US Biden's administration will send not just munition to artillery or air defense systems and HIMARS MLRS, but also many types of kamikaze drones. Seems like lessons of current developments on the front line have been somewhat learned in Pentagon, and they did realize that kamikaze drones are making huge impact on the battlefield. Probably everyone is familiar with the Russian Lancer drone. Not the only drone that has this marking of kamikaze, but Lancet is definitely one of the most famous. And just recently I did read some article in one of the Russian media outlets, and there were some numbers that all majority of artillery pieces that was destroyed by Russian forces, majority was taken out by Lancer drones, especially M777 howitzers, US-made howitzers, and self-prepared howitzers that were transferred to Zelensky's regime by NATO member states, because those weapons definitely are extremely dangerous, especially because of its long range and accuracy. So Lancer definitely is, I mean, if not game changer, then one of the iconic weapons of this conflict. And let me share with you few more news. By the way, deputy of Russian High Representative in UN did make statements today, and he said that UK likely involved in Crimea bridge attack. Before that, as you know, official representative of Russian Foreign Ministry Maria Zakharova did make statement and basically openly blamed US and UK of their involvement, openly accused governments of UK and US of their involvements in this terrorist attack on Crimea bridge. And well, I get feeling that this type of statements not been made for just to generate some noise. Maybe Russian side is preparing some retaliatory strike, and well, whatever that retaliatory strike gonna be, and wherever it's gonna be, on Ukraine or in Syria, in some other parts of the world, whatever it's gonna be, let's hope these nuclear countries would not end up in direct military confrontation, because it will be the end of world that we know it. But statements, I mean, statements are more and more strong, and at some point, Moscow will be forced to react. not just with words, but with action. It's just too obvious, isn't it? And few more topics. By the way, also interesting news. And I will finish on this optimistic development. Russian media outlets did report today that 49 states did agree to participate in Russia Africa Summit, which will take place on 27th, 28th of July, if I'm not mistaken, in St. Petersburg. And well, this information definitely does highlights if in what type of isolation Russia is, because 48 states, 48 delegations did agree that they will participate in this conference, and almost half of these states will be represented by high-ranking officials, maybe even by leaders of those states, which is great development, really. Any improvement in relationships between Russia and the African states are great and welcome. Then it does definitely highlights that it's not Russia that are isolated from the world. It's West that becoming little by little, but kind of isolated, because many countries all around the world are forced by Western so-called elites to stay away from Western countries, because they are afraid. They don't know what Western elites may do tomorrow or day after, because they are unpredictable. And after this illegal sanction war against Russia, it's absolutely understandable that everyone wants to be on the safe side and just stay away as much as possible from modern Western world. And this is unfortunate, really unfortunate, because it does not benefit ordinary people like us, not in the West, not in the other countries. But do Western elites care about it? Of course, no. So this is it. I guess, for now. We did come out for a little walk on the bank of the Terek River. You are familiar with this area, and well, hopefully you will find this video interesting. So I will end this update now, and see you tomorrow. I wish you a great day and take care. Thank you for your attention and support. Thank you.